Hi, Alex here from Rebeloper.com, and in this video we are going to finish up our setup of our Anti-Candy Crunch source code. We are going to upload our build to iTunes Connect, and that is because we are going to set up our localization, and we are going to create some mini setups that are left behind. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, we have left off by setting up our in-app purchases, and now we are going to create our localization. Okay, let me go through how you can set up a localization. So go ahead and go to Anti-Candy Crunch, select your target, and let's just scroll down here, or better yet, your project, and under localization hit the plus button, and let's say you want to create a French localization. Make sure that you select the localizable strings and your info playlist .string and select finish. And now, as you can see, a new localizable string has been attached to your localizable strings and your info playlist strings. So let's take a look at it. And as you can see, they have the default, so the base localization files in it. So then you have the title app, the tutorial, and so on. You need to edit each and every one for the localization of your choice. Now, here we have our image file names. Now, because we are using images, localized images, and that is quite an idea to wrap your head around. Well, it's pretty simple. Under your English localization, you have the name of your title app, and under the other one, the Hungarian, you have title app _HU, and you will need to create, let's say, for the French _FR or something like that. So make sure you localize your title and then your text, and it is self-explanatory. Make sure you localize it correctly. Now let us just localize our, well, I will just remove all of the localization, and because I just really want it to be in English, so to do that, let us just select our French first. Let's remove that and delete localized resources. Let's remove it, and let's remove the Hungarian too. Okay, delete localizable resources, and now you know how you can delete the localization. Of course, you can at any time add the localization. Now, if you remember, in the assets catalog we had a title app _HU. Now we don't need it, but if we had entered the localization, then we would need to add the title app's localized image inside here. So we will just leave it as is. Okay, one thing I have noticed is that our version number is 2. Well, the updated version will be 2. I will take care of that later on, and I will show you only the last part where I just update the current code, but you now are creating a brand new project, so version number should be 1. And the display name, well, let's change this to Anti-Candy. Now, Anti-Candy is just fine. Okay, and now remember, the localizable strings will not apply. You have only the display name and the default, well, the base localization. Okay, let's go through it once more, one last time, and I believe we are already set up, but we still need some changes in the setup.swift file. And that is, well, let me just go through each and every one of them. Well, the default font name is great. We have our music set up. Sound file names are also set up. Levels count per map, well, 36. If you want to add more, then you could, but I highly advise not to. 36 is the way to go because you need to make some more changes in code. But if you wish, you could go and hire us. Let me go and take a look, hireus.com, and here if you just tap on it, you just need to fill out the form, and there you go. You can ask us anything for a custom work. Now let's go back here. Focus. Now here we have our alert background color. Well, in the app there are alerts, of course, and there are custom alerts, so you can set the colors of the individual pieces of the alert here. Points per good chain cookie. Now this is a trick one, because you want to add points to the user. Well, yeah, points to the user when a good chain cookie is made. Now, a good chain cookie is 20 points. Points per bad chain cookie is -5. So, for example, if your chain is free, that is a bad chain, then you are subtracted 15 points. If your chain is good, and that is 4 cookies or more, then it is 100 points, or 120 or 140, it depends on the length of the chain. Now, pop-up title color, another color here where we have our pop-up. Well, you can, let me just show you in code because it's kind of hard to show. We have these pop-ups, basic pop-ups, and the title color. So let it just show here the tutorial, the color of that text. Okay, let's stop this. Animated score sprite. Well, there are 6 cookie types in the app, and now you can add the cookie types colors, so the animation score matches the cookies, well, the basic color of the cookie. Shuffle candies cost. Well, you can shuffle the candies, and this is how much stars it will cost. Okay, Chartboost app ID, Chartboost signature, we already set that up. Show interstitial ad on level button tapped. Now, this is for the Chartboost ad, and this is a randomization. And as you can read, must be between 1, very unlikely, and 10, very likely. So this is a random number, setting up a random way of showing ads when a user taps a new level, and that is where an interstitial will be shown, a Chartboost interstitial. So you could set this to 10 if you want. Every time the user taps on a level, then we will show an interstitial. Leaderboard ID. Well, we need to change that. Animated matched cookies with circles. I have already talked about that. And app ID. Okay, let's start with our app ID because that is the easiest to change. And we will finish with leaderboard ID. Okay, app ID. Let's go back to iTunes Connect. And under App Store, you will just find your Apple ID, and you just simply copy and paste it inside the code. And that's it. Now we need to create our leaderboard ID, and the leaderboard ID is under features and game center. Okay, and let's create a new leaderboard by tapping on the plus button there, and let's wait for it and choose our leaderboard. It will be a single leaderboard, of course, and leaderboard reference name is score. And the leaderboard ID now is the same as with the in-app purchase ID. It goes under the same logic. So bundle ID and a plus and a dot and score, I believe. Let me just double check if that is correct. Let's go back to our setup. Scores. Okay, scores. And I just copy this out and paste it right inside our code, so I just don't forget and we don't get any typos. Okay, formatter should be integer, high to low. Go ahead and take a look at the question marks for more explanations there. Let's add a leaderboard localization. It will be English. The name will be scores. I choose a formatter. And this will be point and points. Okay, and let's save. And save again for the final and last time. Okay, and here we have our leaderboard ID. And I believe we are ready to build our archive, our build, and upload it to the App Store. Let me just close this. Okay, here we have our Candy Crush project. Because everything is set up for uploading to the App Store, and that is what we are going to do now. So go ahead and select a generic iOS device, and under products, let us just clean first, and then let us just archive. And this will take maybe a few minutes, so I will just fast forward this. Okay, here we have our archive, and let me just remind you that signing should be automatically managed and you should select your own theme, but I'm sure you have already done that when you have added your bundle identifier. This is just a heads up so you get the archive correct. Now let us just upload to the App Store, where there are two ways to upload: through Xcode, and if we are lucky then we will leave it as is, but you can also use Xcode developer tool, the application loader. We will use upload to App Store for now. If it doesn't really work, it really depends. It sometimes does the work, sometimes doesn't. Well, then we will go back to the application loader. So click on next, automatically manage signing. Okay, let's wait for processing. Okay, and here it is. You can simply upload. Click on upload and it will, well, this may take a little longer than you might expect. It all depends on iTunes Connect, servers, availability, and your internet connection, and of course the power of your Mac, but this might take a little longer than expected, so please be patient and wait for it to upload to the App Store. So I will just stop our recording now and come back when it is ready and uploaded. Well, maybe I just don't need to wait. Let us just fast forward this. Great. And now with the power of video editing, this has been done in a few seconds. How amazing is that? So, upload successful. Click on done. And now if you go back to your iTunes Connect and select activity, you will find that your version is actually there, but it is still processing. Well, it usually takes about 15 minutes to process. And after that you will see your icon here, and the processing label will be gone, and you will be able to grab your build inside the version setup. But we will do that in the next video. So if you like this one, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you are watching this from our YouTube channel. If you are not, go ahead and take a look at our channel. It has awesome tutorials, and as always I will see you in the next one.